What's going on, fellow Star Wars fans? It's Prestige back with another Star Wars video. Now, one thing that was always weird to me was that Anakin said he couldn't live without Padme when he first turned to the dark side. Yet, he did. Today's What If. Look at what if Anakin or Vader ended up killing Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith. If you've been enjoying this Star Wars content, make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss a video. Without further ado, let's get into the story. As Vader was set upright by the operating table, Palpatine took a look at his apprentice and was a little bit worried and asked, "Lord Vader, can you hear me?" "Yes, Master." "Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she alright? It seems in your anger you killed her." As Vader was set into a rage, as he broke free from the operating table and used the Force to destroy every droid in the room and send Palpatine flying into a wall. "You lied to me. You told me I could save her. In your rage, you chose a different path. She was alive when I left her." Vader was enraged. He realized that Palpatine was just playing with him the whole time. As Vader went into a frenzy, Palpatine did everything to calm him down. "Lord Vader, you just need rest." "No." As Vader walked up to Palpatine. "Do you have a death wish, Lord Vader?" "Maybe I do." As Palpatine shot Force lightning at Vader trying to stun him, but it didn't work. Vader slowly got up, ignoring the pain, and grabbed Palpatine's throat and squeezed with all of his might, until the lightning stopped. Palpatine's body dropped on the floor, as Vader took Palpatine's ship and flew off. As word quickly spread of Palpatine's assassination to where Masamita would assume the role as the next Emperor, as he was next in line. Masamita actually served as Emperor in Episode 6 after Palpatine's death. So with Vader being an unknown, I do think Masamita would become Emperor. However, Masamita would assume that Darth Vader was behind the assassination of the Emperor, even though he blamed the Jedi for it. Emperor Amida would be paranoid as he thought Vader would come for him next. He would keep the cloning program to have the best army, as well as Inquisitors around him 24/7, because he knew that Darth Vader would come for him in due time. Meanwhile, for Vader, now that Sidious and Padme were both gone, there was only one thing he ever thought about, and that was getting revenge on Obi-Wan for what he did to him. He had no possible insight for where Obi-Wan could be, leading him to one answer: the Empire. If he could use the Empire's resources, he could find Obi-Wan and finish the job this time. A few months would pass, as Vader would get more adjusted to his suit and would kill a Jedi for his lightsaber. However, Vader had no clue how to turn his crystal red, so he kept the green color of this lightsaber and set off for Coruscant. Vader knew that Masamune would have a wall of defenses to keep him out, so that he was going to have to be ready for an army. But to Vader's surprise, there was no army when he landed on the planet. It seemed almost empty. No guards in sight. As he'd walk into the hallway before the Emperor's office, something didn't feel right. Why was there no defenses anywhere? As Vader barged through the door, he was in shock. Masamita was nowhere to be found, but the one who was sitting in the Emperor's throne was Darth Maul. As Maul got up from his throne, "Ah, the guest of honor, Anakin Skywalker. I was waiting for you. Where is Masamita? What happened here?" "When I heard that Darth Sidious had been killed, I pounced on the opportunity to not only rule the underworld, but the galaxy itself. And I waited for you to show up, Skywalker. You were expecting me. We don't need to be enemies. Sidious betrayed us both. I was cast aside and he took everything from you. That's why we must stick together. Become my apprentice and we shall avenge our losses." As Vader remembered that this monster was the one who killed his first mentor, Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh, how things would have been different if Qui-Gon was still around. "Kenobi is mine, and mine alone," Vader said as he ignited his green lightsaber. "So be it." His Maul ignited his double-bladed lightsaber and lunged at Vader. The fight would drag on, but Vader was having some serious problems keeping up with Maul's speed, as he was not fully adjusted to fighting in his suit. He was slow and a little clunky. His Maul sliced Vader's right arm off and flipped back. "I'll give you one last chance to join me." As Vader would use the Force to push Maul into a wall. Vader would fight with all he had, but it just wasn't enough as Maul stabbed his lightsaber through Vader's chest. As Vader dropped to the floor, "Anakin!" he heard as he saw Padme in the distance. He would try to reach for her, but then slowly would drift into the Force. What a waste. Maul would have his guards dispose of Vader's body, as he would sit back on his throne. Bail Organa had some growing suspicions about what was going on in the Senate, as something just felt off, that Masamune was just not himself during his video conferences or even his addresses to the Senate. as it felt like something was controlling him. Bale decided to make a trip to Tatooine and talk to Obi-Wan. So you think someone's controlling the Senate? With Palpatine gone, there's a chance we can take back the Republic. I need your help. With the Sith gone, we can fully restore our democracy. As Obi-Wan would agree, the two would take some time to recruit some fighters as well as Jedi. There would be much more Jedi with Vader and Palpatine out of the picture at this point, until the day would finally arrive. The Republic would try to overthrow the Empire. They would finally arrive, where mass ships would land on Coruscant. The clones were not expecting a surprise attack on the capital and would be completely outnumbered, as the volunteer army would hold the ground with the clone troopers, while Obi-Wan would sneak into the Capitol building and try to capture Mas Amedda. As Obi-Wan entered the throne room, he was met with Darth Maul, as they circled each other. Maul? Ah, Kenobi. I had a feeling we would meet each other again. So you've been running the show here. But of course. I saw an opportunity and I took it. As Obi-Wan ignited his lightsaber, your reign ends here. I killed both your master and your apprentice. You'll soon be joining them. Apprentice, Obi-Wan thought. How is Anakin still alive? Maybe Maul was just messing with him as he likes to do. The two locked into a lightsaber battle for the sake of the galaxy. Kenobi would still be in good shape, since Order 66 was only a few months ago, but this was a different Maul he was facing, one who was focused and driven to not lose everything he fought for. The battle would rage on as blue and red would illuminate the Emperor's quarters, and finally, Maul would try the same killing move he used to finish Obi-Wan's master, Qui-Gon Jinn. But Obi-Wan was ready for it, as he sliced Maul in half, vertically this time, killing him. As Obi-Wan went into the lower levels and found Mas Amedda locked into a cage. Please, please help me, please. As Obi-Wan freed him, but held his lightsaber to his face, ordering him to tell the clones to stand down. Mas Amedda, who was just happy to be alive at this point, did what he was told and ended the fighting. The Senate would be informed that Darth Maul was running the Empire from the shadows, as they would quickly vote to end the Empire and return to democracy, or Bail Organa was voted the new Supreme Chancellor. They would ask Obi-Wan and the rest of the Jedi to stay and to create a new Jedi Academy on Coruscant. As Obi-Wan would tell him, after everything that happened, he's just not brave enough for politics anymore. Obi-Wan and Yoda would open a new Jedi Academy, where they would train Luke and Leia, and things in the galaxy finally seemed to return to normal. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I do think that Maul, who was already running the underworld, would take this opportunity to try to take over the galaxy as well, with Palpatine out of the picture. I feel like there was a lot of chaos in this one, and I tried to keep the Maul, or Emperor Maul thing a little bit of a secret. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.